I'm out here at the Alpha Antennas booth here at Dayton Hamvention, and today I'm speaking with Steve from Alpha Antenna, and he's showing me some of the products that he has designed to help serve the disabled community within amateur radio. And it's a really awesome story, really cool stuff that Steve's doing over here, so stick around and I hope you guys enjoy this video.
I'm Steve Dynas, founder of Alpha Antenna, founded after I was damaged head-on in a semi-crash in 2005. Alpha was the new beginning for me. I'm N0TES, notes, because I was a CW operator from 1979 to 2005 when I had that wreck. We are ADA compliant for those others that have disabilities, whether you're blind, no matter what the syndrome that you have. So the ADA compliance is one of the core values of our entire system of support. We support the HandyHam network. We get a list of individuals with their disabilities. We ascribe then antennas that will then meet their needs no matter what their disability is. This has been the challenge that we have accepted, and we will always fulfill ourselves to that challenge. It's at the core of our foundations. Back to when I had my rehabilitation for a year and a half. It started in 2005.
Was there one product in particular that sparked HandyHam's interest into certifying you guys as ADA compliant?
We were very into a specific design of a tool that they can use. All the different blind or individuals in a wheelchair would love to be able to tune a magnetic loop antenna. Meters cannot be visually seen by many, so we created something, an analyzer that has a sounder in it. We call it the SWR sounder. This SWR sounder, once your mag loop is tuned, will go beep with a very high shrill pitch beep, so that even if you are very deaf, you can hear the higher shrill pitches. This is why we chose this very high shrill pitched beep for that SWR sounder. So we're meeting a lot of needs, and hams without disabilities are finding it very useful as well, because you set it on the loop, you tune the loop at the antenna, and this enables you to have a resonant antenna when you hear that beep. We have an SWR indicator, so if you are completely deaf, there is an LED that will turn on when the loop is tuned. So pretty cool tools, but our systems also are now ADA compliant for different categories of disabilities. So we're doing the best we can. Anywhere that we're falling short, we listen to every piece of feedback we can get. It's so important to make it better, and we can because everything we do is manufactured in-house. We are Americans building American products with American machinery, using tools as well as hardware that was made in America. In other words, we're 97% compliant with the government requirement to be an American product. So anybody from the government listening out there, we are that as well. We have systems that if you're in a wheelchair, you just put it right into the ground and you clip it to a gutter, and now you have 10 to 80 meters. We call that the HOA buster. It's a very easy system. On Monday of this week, I received an email from an individual who had surgery last month on his eye, and he had a stroke. He was blind. His mother moved him into an apartment. I said, "What's your address?" And he gave me his address. I Google Earthed it. He has a downspout by his door. Next week, he will receive that HOA buster, and he will be back on HF. It lets people get out with their signals, and it lets people enjoy the hobby without really a whole lot of needed effort. Some of my favorite moments are when the HandyHam or other individuals who have bought a product comes in and says, "This is what I did." I'll have them call me, I'll have them come to the shows, and we go to a lot of Hamfests. It's important to us to have that face-to-face recognition with the people that have used these. One of the things that we did for people that cannot have a steady hand is we built a knob with very large knurls. So this is a large knob. People that would be shaking perhaps can tap that knob and move it for tuning. It also allows for people who are missing digits to get a good grip with the knurls that are there. We have a lot of friends, one friend in particular, who lost his legs and his fingers are nubs, and so he is able to tune it with the nubs. This is the tuner for the magnetic loop antenna. So we look down to the very smallest pieces of how can we make this more accessible. And that's one of the ways the magnetic loop is made more accessible. That's this antenna here. The magnetic loop has the SWR sounder right here. That sounder can just be set on top of the loop, and once it's tuned, it will then do a shrill beep. This particular loop is, as you will notice, when I sit down on this chair, it is at the correct height for somebody who is in a wheelchair to reach over, turn a knob, which is the loosening knob, and lower this loop with a knob, which is at the height of where the wheelchair is. Once it is lowered, it is very easily accessible to remove from your sitting position. So this small loop is often very much preferred to those who are sight impaired, because you can wrap your whole hands around this and see it visually with your fingertips. Now, that is one of the first systems that we realized. This has been a favorite system of many people with many different varieties of disabilities. This is one of the most important systems that we have for those with disabilities. We have over here a system that enables people with limited mobility to take the spike, push it into the ground at their downspout, and then clip this onto the downspout. This allows for that individual to now be on 10 through 80 meters with no tuner. That means no added expenses. We realize how much it costs to be disabled. And so we keep the cost lower for those individuals, and we remove the cost of a needed tuner. This is tuner free. This system over here is an off-center fed dipole, which means touch-free tuning. Once deployed, this is one half of the antenna, this is the other half, and that's the balun in the center. This becomes an off-center fed dipole then that does not need tuning. So that means no requirements to reach over and turn a knob. It means no requirements to tune anything by adjusting whips. What's cool about this whip, it will deploy like a blind man's pole. It breaks every 19 inches, just like that. And it just reinserts like this. It is a 3-minute deployment for somebody who has no disabilities. This has been, of course, becoming ADA compliant has enabled us to have systems that deploy more quickly for those without disabilities. So by serving the disabled community, we have improved systems for those without disabilities. That was an unforeseen benefit. By giving back in the beginning, we realized a positive outcome for everyone. 100% of the products can be used by one or more types of disabilities. My son that was in the Navy came back. He was 100% disabled, and it took several years to get him to the point where now he's able to live on his own. It seems, with the Crohn's disease that my daughter had, with the ostomy bag, it's very emotional. It really is. I have 6 kids. I have 3 that are healthy, 3 that are not. And to be able to give back to the communities that have helped my kids, my children, aspire to greater things, it's so important to me to be able to give back to, just in this small way. We do give profits to the individual organizations that support you as disabled individuals, disabled veterans. We do hire individuals that have the disabilities we teach, we train. We also make sure that you have a decent wage. We are a W-2 employee company, and in my will, it is written that the company will be given to my employees at my demise. I'm just happy to discuss this with anybody that needs help, and feel free to go to that alphaantenna.com website, and we can have you text us directly there. We'll text you right back, email us, or you can call us. We have 3 different means for you to communicate with us. And so we have the website, which if you have a screen reader, it will read it in all ADA compliant methods.